Go. Hey, this is James again with another The Mercenaries Airsoft review. This time I'm doing the Cybergun M1A1 Thompson submachine gun. It's probably one of the most prolific submachine guns in history, whether it's in the hand of a mob member by Al Capone's gang or it's in the hand of a Marine during the Second World War. And this really relives the spirit of that gun in so many different ways. First off, it's a full metal construction. The only plastic parts on this gun are the stock, the grip, and the other handle, as well as the removable orange tip. I do not recommend removing it, but, you know, the tip does come off. It does look pretty cool without the tip, but like I said, don't do it. You might get your ass shot up by a cop, and I don't want that in my conscience. The gun came packed with a metal, high-capacity magazine that I actually misplaced. I do not use that mag because I'm not a fan of high caps, and it didn't work right. So I bought a 5-pack of these. They're King Arms M1A1 Thompson mags. They each hold 110 rounds, but they are plastic. But they are solid plastic. I would recommend them if I was you. They fit in perfectly. They look good. They match the tone of the gun. I don't think that matters, but, you know, it's a nice gun. But another thing you can get is from Cybergun, and it's a drum mag. Now, they made this with their Chicago typewriter style. But it's still just a fun mag to own. It's still a fun mag to pop into your gun and just, you know, run gun, you know. Because this thing holds 450 rounds. You wind this thing up, you're going all day, you know. So you'd rather carry, what, 5 of these or just one of these? That's the question. So this gun is nice. It features a working charging handle, which springs back. It has metal sling mounts. And what I like about it, probably most of all, is all the trademarking they decided to put on it. On this side, there is some trademarking that reads Thompson submachine gun, caliber 6mm M1A1. The 6mm is a joke. It is, you know, the caliber of the BB. The real Thompson was a 45. And it gives you a serial number. I'm not sure if that number is authentic for each gun or if they just came up with a number and they printed it. I would probably go with the second option on that one. Then on this side, which is the only part of the trademarking I'm not a fan of, so they say Auto Ordnance Corporation, Worcester, Massachusetts, USA, made in China. And the reason why I don't like that is because it says made in China. On the rear part of the gun, it does have U.S. property over the oil here hole. I don't think you should oil there because it is an airsoft gun, not a real gun. And then you do have the Thompson logo in front of the iron sight. This gun is nice. They do sell wood furniture for it, but I do not own it. I probably would recommend that if you want Airsoft GI and you go to manufacturers and you go to the Airsoft GI, they sell one called the Airsoft GI Custom Thompson. It's just this exact gun. They just put the wood on for you. They will give you a little bit more, but I would recommend that. To access the battery, it's a little tricky. You got me when I first got it. This little tab, you actually have to pull down, stick your finger in that hole, and then the whole thing pulls out, swivels. The reason why this piece has to be pulled down, this piece has like a small gear system on it that locks the gun. So this piece always has to be down. If you close it like this, you know, you have to reopen it, pop it in. But it has a lot of battery space, I have to say. You know, here are your wires. Once you get them out, this whole stock, this entire area up to about here is just solid open space. So you can fit a huge battery in there. This gun came packaged with a 8.4 volt, 1000 milliamp 7-cell battery with a small type connector. I typically use the 9.6 that came with my saw, which is over there. I love it. But you know, I do trade batteries back and forth. You know, I might want a higher rate of fire today on the Thompson, or maybe today I want a lower rate of fire on my saw. I don't know. So the gun is good. I ordered this actually off PyramidAirsoft.com. I would recommend that site. The only thing about this gun that is a little confusing is the fire selector switch. You have this rear switch which works your fire and your safe. Now it's on fire, now it's on safe. While this side works your fire mode. This is fully automatic, while this is semi-automatic. But it is nice, you know, if you want to have the gun on safe, because you could quickly just, you know, move that with your thumb. And it's nice if you have the gun on safe and, you know, someone ambushes you, you want a fully automatic gun. Removing the mag, though, I find to be quite a bit of trouble. This is your mag release. Pushing up on this allows the mag to fall out. Now, this mag does not want to fall out today, but when you push this up, you can pull out your mag. If you have long thumbs, I don't. You could probably just, you know, lift it up with this hand, and then as that's lifting up, just pull this out. What I tend to do is I wrap my fingers around the mag in this area like this, and I stick my thumb on the mag release, and that's how I work it. To put it in, I just ignore the mag release, and I just pop it in, give it a little tap, and it's in home. The only thing that's depressing to me about this gun is the bolt. When I first got the gun, the bolt worked as it does now. You know, you pull it back, it doesn't go back all the way, but whatever, and it springs forward. Yay! The bolt handle cropped off one time. There's a lot of fixes you could do. A lot of people say just like epoxy it on and you can't use the bolt, but oh well. Other people say put a screw through it and pray. What worked for me was I disassembled the gun. That's done by unscrewing this screw and these two screws in the stock. The stock comes out, you can disconnect the wire and you put the stock over. You hit a button that's right around here. You might be able to see the button, you might not. That little button. And the whole receiver just picks up and off. You have to push this part of the receiver forward and then it comes up. And you can just pull out the bolt. Sorry. Through this little notch, you just pull it back to the charge channel there, push it through if it, if it's broken. And what I did was I welded that plate until it was fixed. And then I drilled a hole through it, put a screw through both the charging, the bolt handle, and the slide, and then I welded the screw. So it's like one solid piece of metal, but this thing does have a little bit of give in it, whatever, but, it's a solid piece of metal. It's not going anywhere. So it works like the day I got it out of the box, you pull it back. In fact, it's a little bit better, because now you could lock the bolt in certain places, Sorry, I rotate it down there. Now it looks like the real Thompson, the bolt's in the rear position. And then that to keep it, dust. That is your gearbox. But, like I said, it is a little bit of work. Some people have milled new bolts. A guy I watch called Oddball 11s here on YouTube. I subscribe to him. He's actually an Englishman, and he owns this gun. And he just milled out a completely new bolt on a lathe and welded it straight to the slide. Kind of like what I did, only he saved himself time by making a ferrous bolt, not just a little aluminium that was hard to weld. But, other than that, I'd recommend it. Be careful of that. The only other problems I've ever witnessed is these two screws underneath have come a little loose and my grip had a little bit give in it. But that's just nothing, that's like out of the box, because this gun is manufactured in China. So it's on an assembly line while guys are whipping them in the back, like, go faster. So, they probably didn't screw it in. I just got a flathead out, put in, these screws are not what came with it. The ones that came with it I actually ended up stripping. So I put these in after tapping out the hole, and you know what, it's been working ever since, and I don't have any give. The gun came packaged with the sling. I would not recommend the sling, because it is that cheap Chinese sling, where it uses the cheap little clips and the cheap nylon. Instead, what I got as a fix was I used my dad's SKS sling for a little bit, and then I decided, I really don't want a sling on the gun, so the sling's back on the SKS. But I found a website called PrecisionAirsoft.com. They actually sell real Thompson slings. The canvas and metal sling that Thompson used in World War II. So that'd be nice to get for this. Now, the company that made this Cybergun is considered a sister company of CYMA or CYMA. And CYMA just made an M1928A1, the Chicago typewriter style Thompson, and that used by the Mafia. I would recommend this because it is the military version. There is a lot more options with that. Because unless you want to run around the airsoft field in a pinstripe suit and tie with your friends talking like this because you're Italian Mafia and shooting everyone like, I like to think of myself as a generous man, so I will only break one of your kneecaps. Unless you want to be walking around like the Mafia, I would recommend this because you can dress up like G.I. Joe in this, Gung-ho! And then, like I said with the drum, you shoot all day. The drum, it adds a lot of weight. Just be cautious of that, And it makes shouldering the weapon a little bit harder. But, yeah, I would recommend this gun to the end of the earth. If you have any questions, write in the comments. I'll give you a, call back or, let you know. And, just like I said, it's the M1A1 Thompson by Cybergun. I would highly recommend it.